All right, Manchester United 4, Chelsea 1, and we have qualified for the Champions League of next season, 2023-2024. United have not eased past Chelsea, but the goals have been really in plenty at Old Trafford. Welcome to this channel, United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching up from? This is the match reaction. Manchester United winning yet another game of football at Old Trafford, as I came out and predicted into the match day live, as we are live on this channel before the game started. I told you that my prediction was 3-0, but it almost went to 4-1. Obviously the difference is 3, but I knew that this is a very bad Chelsea side. They've been conceding very many goals. They've not been scoring. And even if we are playing in our first gear, we were supposed to really humble them at Old Trafford. If at all you remember, the first season of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in 2019-2020, the first game that opened the season for Manchester United was us against Chelsea, and we beat them 4-0. Martial was on target. Rashford scored a brace, and obviously a player called James really scored the fourth goal. And obviously the two constants have been Rashford and Anton Martial. They scored against Chelsea the last time we beat them at Old Trafford, and they've come back here with Frank Lampard the same manager. We beat them at Old Trafford in 2019, and we've gone ahead to really put 4 past them. But this game of football really started off very badly. Chelsea had the lion's share of the possession. Even if you have to talk about the possession of the first half, Chelsea had 69, I entered it here, 69%, and had only 39. Can you imagine? However much you want this game of football, but there are things that you don't really have to keep quiet about. If we are playing Man City in the finale of the FA Cup, playing like that, they would have gone ahead to rip us apart. Chelsea had close to 3 clear-cut chances, and to be more exact, in the first half, Chelsea had the best chances of the game. No doubt, they had the best chances of the game. If at all they killed them off, they would have gone ahead to put themselves ahead of us. That's it. So, that takes me to Eriksen. I like Eriksen, and I don't blame him, but I blame the manager. This is evident that he is out of his steam. He is not energetic. He is not athletic. Sometimes he tries to track back and force himself to really run after a player, and he finds himself in a position of really losing out steam, and he cannot even pull a player down. It shows you how weak he is to be played into double pivot alongside Casemiro, meaning that we need a more athletic, strong, energetic, press-resistant, and agile player playing next to Casemiro. You've seen Casemiro having a lot of work to do in that midfield. However much we are playing with double pivot, it looks like we're playing with a single pivot because Eriksen's presence is not felt at all, and that is something that Erik ten Hag should find a solution for in the summer, and especially before you go to the summer, he should find a solution for it as we prepare to play Man City next weekend. Because if you play Eriksen in that midfield against Man City, they are going to easily pass us through like a hot knife through butter. That's it. They will batter us, and they really put us to where we deserve to be. So we had 2 shots on target, meaning that we are too clinical in the first half. Those 2 shots on target crossed the line, and Chelsea had 0 shots on target, meaning that however much they broke through the press of United and the midfield, they couldn't really capitalize onto scoring, meaning that we capitalized on our chances and they didn't capitalize on our chances. And every game is like that. A team that capitalizes on its chances and really defends better wins the game. That's it. So we had 4 shots of target, and Chelsea had 7 shots on target in the first half. They were all over us. And by the way, that entire team of United in the entire full 90, I never saw any standout player. They never played a game, but all what we did was win the game, go to the Champions League, qualify and go there. The rest is background noise. That's why I don't want to feel too much slative to these players, because the job has been done. The job was to really win this game and qualify for the Champions League. Remember, if we win our remaining game, we are going to finish 3rd. What does finishing 3rd mean? From finishing 6th last season, from having how many points? From having 58 points to having 75 points. We've gone ahead to add 17 more points as a club of Manchester United. That is a very huge boost for Erik ten Hag. And now he has won a Carabao Cup. He's going to play the FA Cup finale, knocked out on the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League, and he has found himself in a position of going all out and taking us back to the Champions League, and we have a chance to finish third. In his first season as a United manager, he has gone ahead to hit 4 birds with 1 stone. What a manager, and a big round of applause. So United have gone ahead to win this beautiful game of football, and there are certain positives that I really noted out of this. Ten Hag realizing that Luke Shaw was really an avenue for Madueke, and he got him off at the beginning of the second half and brought on Malacia. And Malacia went on through and really played there and brought some little bit of stability. And I believe Malacia should start the game of Fulham such that we prepare him to start the game of City, as I don't want to see Lindelof and Rafael Varane being played together as we are playing the finale of the FA Cup against City, because I know Luke Shaw and Varane did a wonderful job against Haaland at Old Trafford and won that game by 2-1. That is Ten Hag. Then later, he realized that the midfield was really porous, and he brought in Fred to add in more tenacity, and obviously Garnacho to add on more pace. Rashford through the middle, Garnacho off the left, and obviously Garnacho resulted into that pass that he gave to Bruno Fernandes, and Fofana fouled him, and hence we got a penalty and killing off that game, because most of the times we never killed off those games. And that is another positive that I want to come out and really talk about. We've always called in for these players to go and really kill off the game. This time round, they've gone ahead to kill off that game. And guys, when did we last score 3 goals? Let me just Google here and see. When did we last score 3 goals as Manchester United in a game? I think it has been really long. We've been winning 1-0, you understand? We've been winning 2-1, 2-0. When did we last win 3-0? So we last scored 3 goals. Oh, guys, when we beat Fulham in the quarterfinals, was it the quarterfinals? Yep, in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. That was on the 19th of March. Ever since the 19th of March, we've not gone ahead to really score 3 goals until today, when we beat Chelsea 4-1. I think that really takes us to another point of gaining more confidence. Maybe we needed such a game and such a result to lift us and know that we can really put 4 goals past our opponent. If at all we can go ahead and really put 4 past Fulham on Sunday at Old Trafford, then it will be another game of football to go ahead and obviously jubilate about as we, the fans of Manchester United. The other positive is all about Marcus Rashford scoring his 30th goal of the season. That is a very huge positive for Manchester United and Marcus Rashford. Remember, we had taken long without having a player who nets such number of goals a season, but Marcus Rashford has found himself in a position of obviously taking us to that level of really winning and obviously getting in what we deserve as a club of Manchester United. So it's really a very huge win for Manchester United, and Marcus Rashford has been really having a tremendous season, and we expect him to really use this goal to really build on his confidence, because ever since he returned, confidence has not been where it's supposed to be. So we expect his confidence to get where it's supposed to be, and obviously get himself to where he's supposed to be as a player in the remaining 2 games. If at all he can really score against Fulham, that will be something great to really increase on his confidence as we go into that game of City. Then we also see him surpass the 30-goal mark a season. Anton Martial has gone ahead to score a goal today, and I think that will help him really gain his confidence back. Ever since he returned, has gone ahead to score, are they 3 goals? If at all I'm not mistaken. I remember he scored against Everton, and he scored against Wolves, and again has gone ahead to score against a team called Chelsea. So that is Anton Martial for you, and I think that goal will help him really reduce the pressure, because a lot of news has been circulating all over social media that Anton Martial is going to be sold. Ten Hag doesn't see him as this talisman. You know why those stories really come up? It's because he really put on a very bad look on his face when they took him off against Bournemouth. That's it. Now, to that squad, for the entire week, you are not going to hear any bad story concerning Anton Martial's departure out of Manchester United. That's it. So If at all he never scored today, because there is a sitter he missed out, they would have gone ahead to attack him. But on talking about sitters, that's what I want. That's what I want for a striker. Anthony gave him a pass, he would have gone ahead to hit it instantly, or really shield off the players coming off his right. And obviously he just controlled the ball going toward where these players of Chelsea were, and then they cleared it and stopped him from really hitting that ball at the back of the net. Then Lindelof had a long ball and he controlled it badly, and the other one came in from Sancho, and obviously he scored it. So that's what I want us to be doing for our number 9. You know, let's create chances, and if at all he fails to score, then we pile the blame on him. But let's not pile the blame on our number 9 when you're not creating chances for our number 9. Jadon Sancho going to the right side when Anthony really got an injury, taken off the stretcher, and that is really a season-ending injury, unless otherwise a miracle is going to be really experienced, because the ankle injuries take close to 3 weeks for a player to heal, and we are left with just 1 week for our season to come to an end. But when Sancho went that side, he showed us what he offers when he's playing off the right. 2 assists today, and the way he really gives us what we call the balance. You know, he's doing things that Anthony can't do. That's it. I've all again told you that if we get in a player who can really create on the right outlet, we are going to be really a very good team, because most of the goals we're going to hate to score have come in from the left outlet throughout the season at the center, you know. But when you look at how Sancho created those 2 goals, you just have to go on and really give him a 5-finger salute, because he deserves it, and that's what he wants. You need to be having 2 outlets with Rashford and Garnacho giving you the needful, then Anthony and Sancho should be doing the same. That's why I've always been verbal about the return of Amad Diallo. When Amad Diallo returns and plays into that part, he's really going to really cause a lot of competition onto Anthony. So then the negatives: no clean sheet today. João Felix really broke that clean sheet. Obviously would have gone ahead to hit the 18th clean sheet. Then the poor press. You know, I saw us pressing Anthony Martial, Bruno, Anthony, and Sancho, and the midfield couldn't come on to really add on and really complete the press. That's why Chelsea could pass through our press from the back of their goal. That's it. We had a very poor press. That's it. And we looked porous. Possession was really ugly, and the injury of Anthony really cost us a little bit, because however much Sancho's going to have to give us that, but what if Sancho also gets an injury when you're playing West Ham? That's something to really think about, because at this juncture, we don't need any player of United to be injured. We need a fully fit squad as we really get into that City side, that City match in the finale. We need to stop City from winning the treble. And now, let's go to the match stats. 18 shots by Manchester United, 14 by Chelsea, 9 shots on target by Manchester United. That is something great. As I've already told you that, out of the total number of shots that we have that are directed to the goal of the opponent, half of them should be on target. And when you put half of them on target and you're clinical, you'll score like 4 or 5 goals depending on the number of shots you've directed onto the goal of the opponent. Then we are having 5 shots on target by Chelsea. That's it, and they only scored 1 goal. 41% by Manchester United possession at Old Trafford. This is unacceptable, and they had 59%. We completed 426 passes. That means we are less by 174 passes to make it 600, averaging 300 per half. That's how it's supposed to be, and it's really ugly to see to it that we never really hit 600 passes together. Then 598 passes completed by Chelsea, 83% passing accuracy. Yeah, that's great. Each and every time you have a passing accuracy beyond 80%, you are really on it. And Chelsea had 90. We gave them a lot of room to operate, and our press was not all that intensive to really create a lot of pressure to see to it that really lose those balls. 12 fouls by Manchester United, 6 by Chelsea, 1 yellow card to Manchester United going in to Tyrell Malacia, and 1 to Chelsea. 0 red cards. 0 offsides to both sides, 3 corners for Manchester United, 4 corners for Chelsea. Now, let's go to the table and how it's really standing. The table standings are as follows. All right. Man City is on top of the Premier League table, 89 points, 1 game to go. Arsenal, 1 game to go. They are having 81 points. Man United, 72 points. But we need to work a lot onto these goals that we conceded. We conceded 42 goals, I think only Spurs is going to have to concede more. Brighton, Aston Villa, Fulham, but we can't concede. We can't concede 42. Look at Man City. They conceded 10 less than us. That means that if I had conceded 10 goals, we would have gone ahead to really win very many games and obviously raise our capability to even be in the title race. Newcastle, 70 points scored. That's why we need to win against against Fulham on Sunday, such that we hit 75 points. That will be a very huge point. Now, the top 4 has been sealed. No team can go into the top 4. The teams for the Champions League have been named. It's Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United, and Newcastle. So, for the Liverpool fans outside there, you got your trophy after beating us 7-0. That was the trophy of yours that you guys got. I think you are enjoying the trophy and you're really having the blast. And go to the UEFA Europa League, Thursday night football to Anfield. That's where you guys belong this season. But one thing you should know, talk of Casemiro. He scored the only goal we scored away at Bournemouth, and today has been on target. Again, remember, he always scores the first goal. And the first goal is the most important of all. And has gone ahead to score, are they 3 goals in set pieces? One against Bournemouth, but he has gone ahead to score twice against Bournemouth. At Old Trafford, he opened up through a set piece delivered by Eriksson. Then he scored the same goal in the finale. And then today has gone ahead to score another set piece like he scored against Newcastle and Bournemouth at Old Trafford again. So it shows you the beauty that he has gone ahead to bring to Manchester United and the stability into that midfield. And I think if at all there is anyone who doubts that Casemiro is the best CDM in the world, then you need to go all out and get your notes right. A sign out for now. See you later. Tell me your thoughts about Manchester United 4, Chelsea 1, and I'm going to return with their player ratings and how everything panned out with your man of the match. I'm out. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Rock and David remains my name. See you later, my mates. Good night.